Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jasmine, and if you are new here, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. If you're coming back, it's good to have you back. This is one of 6 videos that I am going to be flipping through of custom bullet journals that I did in 2021 for the year of 2022. If you are interested in a custom bullet journal, I have the link to my Etsy shop in the description box below. If you have questions, if you have comments about this journal, please be sure to leave that down below as well. I love to hear you guys' thoughts. I love to hear what your favorite spread was, what your favorite color scheme was. So leave that down in the comment section. All the supplies that I use to create these journals is listed in the description box below, as well as all of the technology that I use to create this video. So with that, let's get right into it. Let me start by saying I love and appreciate every single one of my customers. And now, I'm gonna tell you about this journal. I had a lot of creative freedom for this customer, and I went full force. I was so excited to do this journal. I tried new things. I tried new color combinations. I tried new drawings. I tried new layouts, and I am just so happy with how this turned out. So if you've been following along in this series, you'll know that the last video I posted, the custom journal number 3, was for my brother, technically my brother-in-law. This journal is for his wife, my sister-in-law. If you haven't watched that video yet, I'm not gonna call them my in-laws because they are my brother and sister. I treat them just as I do my blood brother. So this is my sister's journal. When she filled out the form, she said that she wanted a journal for growth, and she wanted it to be green based and plant based, not plant based, but she wanted plants and greenery and just the idea of things that grow, right? So immediately, because the cover is the dark green forest A5 Pro version Scribbles That Matter, I started January with that dark green. I started the beginning cover 2022 with that dark green. So I am super excited for how I tied in the green and in some cases left out some green. So she said she wanted a lot of green and pink. I tied in green in most of the spreads. I tied in pink in a lot of the spreads, but there are a few where it's not pink or green based, and I think she will still love it. A lot of the inspiration that I got for these themes came from Instagram and Pinterest and YouTube, as always. Some key ones that I remember are Julianne Doodles and Jashi Corinne. Now, let's just take a second and let's just take a deep breath and inhale all the greatness that is this April setup. When I tell y'all, even now as I'm recording this, I am so excited for that spread. It turned out so well. I don't ever draw people or like images of a person ever, and it looks so good. I am so pleased with that. Surprisingly, it took me a long time. I had an idea about what I wanted the theme to look like, and it took me a long time, but I don't think it took as long as May did. Drawing pegboards as big as I drew them took a really long time as well. But again, I really enjoy that theme. Now for June, again, this is one of these things that I've done differently. So previously, I don't use a lot of stamps. In my journal and other customers' journals, if I use stamps, it's usually just the words, and I don't use images. In my brother's journal, the last journal that we looked at, number 3, there were some black cats. That is a stamp that I have, but that was just for October. It's not a stamp that I use often. So I found this stamp at Hobby Lobby of a butterfly, and I thought I definitely want to have this for one of my themes in 2022, but I'm not sure which one. And so I took the liberty of trying it out in my sister's journal here. So one thing that I love, absolutely love about my sister, something that we have in common and something that we bond over all the time, is Beyonce. We love Beyonce. We love her music, her fashion, her just everything about her, all of her shows. We know all the words to all the songs. We are big fans, and it's really fun to have something that I connect with my customers. Now, obviously, if my customer is a family or friend, family member or a friend, there's going to be more things that we connect with. But what's also interesting is I have customers now, new customers, who are not my family and not my friends, and I'm finding ways that we connect, and it's really, really fun. This is another spread that I am super, super excited about. I got the idea of the faux Dutch door from Elizabeth on Plant-Based Bride, and I just thought, I'm tired of cutting these pages, but I want to give her another Dutch door-esque kind of theme, and so that is what I did. For most of these themes, like I said, I had a lot of creative freedom. There were only a couple, probably 2 or 3 of the themes overall that my sister asked for, and the rest of them she said, girl, do what you want. And that is one of my favorite things. When I first started bullet journaling, I felt incredibly overwhelmed by all of the ideas, all of the different themes. You know, I binged every Jashi Corinne video, I binged every Timmy Danzo video, I binged every Amanda Rach Lee and Plant-Based Bride for like 3 months straight. That's all I watched on YouTube. And I started to feel overwhelmed, like, oh my gosh, there's so many themes, there's so many colors, there's so many mediums, there's so many ideas. Where do I even start? And the more I got into my journal, the more I realized I'm the only person putting pressure on myself to think about all of these themes. And so instead of thinking about all of them, I think about some of my top favorites, and it's usually a long list of like 30 of my favorite top themes. But then I go back and I say, okay, what are my top 12 for 1 year? And then, okay, what are the top 3? Okay, and which one am I going to do right now? And that's what I had to do in my journal. That's what I had to do in these customer journals. And it's really fun when I do decide, okay, I'm just going to pick this one, because it always turns out well, right? Like, it's never quote unquote perfect. There is no perfect way to journal. Journaling is, and bullet journaling and creating in general and being artistic in general, there is no such thing as perfect. There is only what feels good and what works for you. So I really enjoyed being able to have the freedom to choose some of my favorite themes that I haven't used in my journal yet, to choose some things that I have used in my journal or other custom journals that I've done, and really create something that my sister will like. I know how she feels about holidays. I know how she feels about seasons. I know what some of her favorite foods are, what some ideas that she has about herself and about life. And so with the quotes and the colors and the doodles, I tried to incorporate all these things that I know about her. The great thing about my Etsy shop and the form that I have for custom journals is that even if I don't know you, you personally watching this video, even if I don't know you as well as I know my sister, there is plenty of space for you to tell me as much or as little as you want about yourself so that I can incorporate that in your journal. As always, the Pro version comes with the 2 bookmarks, the pen loop on the side, the pocket in the back. I'm super happy with how this turned out, and I hope she is as well, and I hope she enjoys it. Thanks again for stopping by. Feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at jazzylocks_ so you can see some of these creations as they're in progress. Also, I do live bullet journaling for myself when I create my own spreads for the year or the month or the week. I do that live on twitch.tv/jazzylocks, so feel free to follow me there as well. I don't go live very often, so you'll want to follow Twitter and Instagram to know when I'm going to go live. Thanks again for checking it out, and I'll see you in the next one.